Hey, welcome to Design Management. Today, I want to take you through the nuances of design management. And what exactly is design management? We're going to see a few definitions, and I'm going to give you a framework and structure which you can follow to be a better design management person. You can pursue a career. Today, I'm going to share with you the definition of it, why design management is critical if you're planning to study, and 3 stages of design management. It's not just a one thing. You would be playing a role in 3 levels, which I'm going to discuss with you. A little bit introduction about myself before we indulge into the topic. I am a Dharam Mentor. I do mentor organizations, individuals, and students seeking to develop their understanding and branding strategy. I do have this mantra called good design thinking is a good business. I teach design thinking in MBA colleges, and I talk about it, write about design thinking, how design thinking is helping to be a good business, a profitable business, and so on and so forth. Write articles, make videos, and teach in universities. Today, we're going to learn first thing first. What is design management? This is what here to learn. What is design management? Let's look at definition. Is there any definition? Of course, there is no definition, because if you type design management in Google, within few seconds, you will get around these many results. And if you start reading all of it, you might take many lives to complete reading. And so, don't try to read about definition of design management, because there is no single universally agreed definition of the term design management. When there is no clear single definition, why do you want to spend your time getting confused about it? But we need to know a few things to operate in the world. So that's what we're going to study in this particular presentation. The critical aspect of design management is understanding an organization's strategic goal. As an organization, they want to achieve some business goals. Your design management complement that business goal. How businesses can play a part in fulfilling them. Of course, they have a business goal, and you, being a design management person, helping their brands to flourish and achieve those goals. So your role is putting in the place the ways and means, the processes, approaches, tools, methodologies, teams, and planning. You know, if you want to achieve something, you need a team. You need a planning. You need a set of methodology, processes, tools to follow to achieve the results or accomplish the goals. Okay? So I hope you started understanding. As a design management person, you first need to understand the organization's goal, and then you help them with setting up a team, methods, people, tools, processes to achieve those goals through their brand, product, service, whatnot. It differs from company to company, but you are an enabler to achieve or make that a company achieve their goals. Okay? So far, so good. You started understanding. Let's move further and understand as a job description. This is important. If you want to pursue a career in any industry, first Google the job description. What is a job description for a design management person? If there is a job as a design manager, what is a job description? The design manager has a job role of managing design, of course. However, the designation could change firm to firm. So it all depends upon if you're joining as a brand manager in a software company, your role would be slightly different than when you join as a brand manager in an advertising agency, or if you join as a brand manager in a Unilever or a P&G, your role will be different because the activity, what takes place in those firms are different. So therefore, your role as a brand manager changes from firm to firm. As a design manager are called with a different name. For example, brand manager, the advertising, and the product manager generally used in a software or a car or a home appliance companies. Client account handler in advertising agency. If you run your own design studio, you would be considered as a design consultant. Advertising planner. If you're working for a PR advertising agencies, you would be called as a planner. The role of a strategist in design consultancy. The same role if you're playing an advertising agency, you are called as planner. I hope you started getting the point here. Why is design management important? Why do we need this? This is an important question. We need to ask this question because this is where the significance of our importance comes into play. If we are not needed, that means there are no jobs for you. In current market environment, if you see the economic importance of design, maybe 50 years ago, the design wasn't a center in the economies or businesses. But today, if you see, Apple proved that design play a crucial role. Apple became a $1 trillion company because they have a fantastic, well-designed product. Consumer adore, admire, isn't it? That means design's significance and importance has increased in the business world. So therefore, we need more managers. Therefore, a good number of companies are looking for design managers who help them to achieve their goals. Whether it is AI company, software company, product company, consumer company, or beverage company, they are looking for design managers who had studied design management, who can help them to up their design appeal, UI enhancing UI UX capabilities. In the current market environment, the economic importance of design as a communication and strategic business tool has strengthened the status of design management. Now, design is not just designing a box or a product. It's a part of a strategic business tool. Today, Apple is evaluating some $3 trillion company because it has got a fantastic product. OpenAI is many $billion worth company because they have a fantastically designed AI, UI, UX. Isn't it? So now the design is going to make it or break it. Therefore, design becomes a strategic business tool. If you use well, you make a lot of money. For whatever reason, if you don't use it properly, you're going to lose a lot. Today, the practice of design management is evident across various disciplines, whether in product design, fashion, architecture, media, entertainment, advertising, branding, software, gaming, business situations, engineering, and technology. Everywhere there is a demand for design manager. Many more industries, the role of design managers is increased. In advertising and branding, you would be running projects. In fashion, you might be helping fashion brand to become famous. You groom it, you do a PR. As a product designer, you might help the company to build unique products. 3 stages of design management. What are these 3 stages? The first one, design at a strategy level. The second stage, design in the process and approach and tools, like design at a level of tactic, system, what kind of process and approaches you follow. The last stage, implement. You have a strategy, you follow processes, then you have to implement the processes to achieve results, isn't it? These are the 3 levels. As a design manager, you will be playing role in each of these stages, okay? In the stage 1, which is a design strategy level, maybe identifying opportunities for design. That would be your first thing. Secondly, you would understand the audience and market. That's important. Thirdly, you would dig into interpret client and customer need. It's important. You have to have this skill. And following is auditing the use of the design. How much design requirement is in this particular project, and establishing a design strategy. Then you create these design strategies. Not only creating, you have to have a capacity and capability selling this design strategy to the prospector, whoever. In this case, if it is a B2B buyers, you need to be good at selling to the B2B. To sell your strategy to board of directors so that they can invest money in your new product, then you need to be really good at selling your ideas. What kind of key skills you require to perform better in the stage one? Managing client relationship, guiding design decisions. Third is developing good working relationship. The fourth is a verbal communication is critical. Now let's move to the second stage, design process. In this, what are the activities you would be playing on a daily basis? One is giving form to a business and design strategy. So once you understood the strategy, now you start applying processes so that you can make it a tangible solution. Express brand through design. You need to be good at how do I express my vision, mission through this brand, through brand processes and strategies. And initiating design projects, you need to apply design methods and processes so that it gets implemented. Competitive advantage through design. You need to create something unique, strive to create something new or unique that has got a competitive advantage through design. In the sense, your mobile design is unique to your competitor. Henceforth, you making a better business or earning more money than your competitor. Isn't it? That aspect you have to bring it to the table. Now, move to the third stage. Before that, what kind of skill you require to excel in the second stage? Once again, managing creative team, facilitating design processes. You need to be good with a lot of these processes and developing collaborative culture because you have to work with team. You know, to be really good with how to interact with people. If you don't know how to talk to people, how you going to encourage them to work towards the same goal? Okay? You need to be good people person. And lastly, you need to be a good communicator, visual, verbal, written. Third stage, which is a design implement. Here are the few activities you do, like project management process. You need to be good with managing processes and project management practice. You need to inculcate into every members. And social environment responsibility. While the project is running, you are the manager. Make sure that a lot of those norms are met, environmental eco-friendliness norms. Further, design policy, procedures, and guidelines, you need to make sure they are part of it. Measuring the success of design. Once design is done, you have to evaluate through research, or we have to measure the success. And lastly, reviewing and revising design strategy. So once the project is done or in the completion mode, if there is some kind of revises required in a process, you need to take responsibility to do it. So what are the skills you need to fulfill this role is managing and leadership qualities you need to have. Leading and advocating design, you should be the voice. Soft skills and people management skills because you will be dealing with people and teams and designers and engineers and a whole lot of people. That means you need to be good with people handling. And lastly, should be spoken written communication. You should be good with language, spoken language or written language, so that it can smoothly run your design projects. Let's keep moving. I'll just very quickly show you. So identifying opportunity for design. For example, changing social, experience drivers, and effect. Alternative lifestyle leading to a demand for a new product and service. So this is an cast by Airbnb, and they created a whole business out of it. This triggered social change, demographic, experience drivers, and effect of that experience driver. How, as a business person, you saw the opportunity here. Got it? So another company in a social change, they saw new consumers' values like growth of environmental value, rising level of cynicism about the branded goods. So that insight triggered coming up with no brand quality good, newsy brand. So you, as in a strategic level, you have to identify opportunities, okay? And understanding audience. Like you need to know this start consumer analysis, market analysis, competitive analysis, distribution analysis, planning and marketing mix, and determine the economy. So likewise, selling the design strategy. Design manager will require a solid entrepreneurial mind in order to successfully sell the design strategies. So you need to kind of have this capacity to sell it to the product user, investors, public authorities, because you need licenses. You need to sell to your partners, and of course, citizens. Let's move to the second stage. I will show you a few more examples. We already saw these roles, what you will be playing. I'll just talk to you about how strategy can be made visible through design. You need a client brief, company, customer, competition, positioning, design, metric, cost, what design team needs to do, write it, what process do they need to use, and what are the expected outcomes you are expecting so that the design team can fulfill. So design methods and methodology. There is a word and visual map. This is a methodology which is extensively used to come up with ideas. There are a few more processes: problem definition, concept design, concept development, detailed design evolution, product and manufacturer. If you are a brand manager, you need to help be a part of a business strategy. Under business strategy, there is a brand strategy. Under the brand strategy, there is a design strategy. These are sitting one under another. These are nested. In terms of business strategy, you have a short-term goal, long-term goal. In brand strategy, you have a positioning, brand planning, communication, innovation, culture, operation. In design strategy, you have a brand visual story, rejuvenation, architecture, ownable assets, and brand guideline manuals. So as a design process, you need to understand how designs move from strategy to design to development production. Here is one quick example. There's a client brief. You do research, get an insight, you come up with route 1, route 2, route 3. The chosen route, in this case, you're choosing a route 2, this becomes a chosen. You do a production, then pitch. So this is a small exercise we did. We were pitching for a beer brand. We did a research how crafted beer breweries. So we did survey, understood insights, did a SWOT analysis. We looked at insights. We looked at stories, what stories would work, and we created 3 routes, and we try to look for way forward. This was a chosen route, Ryla Mountain, how we can create this interesting looking design. And another design interpretation created, let's have this handcrafted version wherein we celebrate crafting of the product. That's how this design came into play. So how we started with design brief. It all started with understanding the product, going and searching, understanding these microbreweries, craft beer, consumption patterns, talk to people, try to understand them, do a SWOT analysis, synthesis, and then arriving at roots and stories and crafting those roots and stories, and eventually coming with the mood board and creating their brand touchpoints live. Website, packaging design. That's how we helped this brand to come alive, become tangible, be in the market, and we created this whole brand visual language. Let's move to the stage 3, which is design implementation. And this is all about how to translate design strategies and processes into finished results. Keep in mind performance, cost, and time, okay? You need to be good with these 3 things. And of course, you need to be aware about environmental, societal, economic, and nature, social benefit costs, and so on and so forth. let's go further. Follow these time management tools which are critical for you. And by now, you're aware about these 3 stages which we studied. Stage 1 is a design strategy, process, and a design management. As a design manager, you go through all these stages one by one when the project begins. If you play as a strategist, then following stages you play as a process manager, and eventually you would be playing the role of design implementer and guide and mentor. That's it for this presentation. Thank you for listening. I will see you soon with another presentation on brand management.